It's Zena, your best friend who loves horror. Guys, hello, how are you? What's happening? What's going on with you? What's new? School this year is going to be so different. I know there are a lot of people who already went back to school, and then there's even going to be even more people that's going to be starting school very soon. So it had me thinking about when I was in school and what really made me excited. There were 3 things that I remember vividly that I just could not wait to start school because of. The first thing, new clothes, okay? When you start a whole new school year, it's a new you. So new you needs new clothes. Second thing, you have to have a brand new hairstyle because come on, it's a new year. So since you already have like new clothes, you might as well just get a whole new hairstyle. If you were wearing your hair like this, guess what? You need to start wearing your hair like this. It's a statement.
Oh, wow.
And third, I've always picked out school-themed horror movies that I was gonna watch weeks in advance as, you know, preparation for the whole year. Basically setting the tone, getting myself in the mood. It was like a horror playlist, you know, and I was like always living for it because my lists, they were on point. So with that being said, I'd love to talk to you guys about fun horror movies that take place in school. And just keep in mind, there are far more worse things than waking up at the crack of dawn, pop quizzes, homework, being around people that you don't want to be around. Far worse. So the first one I'm going to start off with is Cooties from 2014. This movie stars Elijah Wood, Rainn Wilson, Allison Pill, and Jack McBrayer. Lee Winnell, he also makes an appearance in this. And overall, like, this movie really does have like a great cast. A batch of infected chicken nuggets is served at an elementary school, and the teachers have to find a way to stay safe from their zombie-infected students who are hungry for human flesh. From the start, this movie is extremely gruesome, and it's actually gonna make you never want to have chicken nuggets again. I know for me, from a child, like, I never liked chicken nuggets. I never trusted them. I never trusted chicken, and I never understood why kids are so, like, they just get so crazy about chicken nuggets. What is it? What is it about them? They're not that great. They're not. But this movie has the perfect combination of comedy and horror. There's a lot of gore, and it's entertaining from the start to the finish. I feel like this movie represents an awesome comedy horror. Not only that, but the characters are likable. You kind of feel for the staff. You also sometimes feel a little bit bad for the children because they just look so gross. They have all this like flaky stuff on them. There's even a little girl, like a piece of her ponytail comes off. Ew, it's gross, but I love it. Moving on, we're going to be talking about The Faculty from 1998. This sci-fi teen horror is a satisfying body snatcher movie that's full of suspense that takes place almost entirely at a high school. This is another movie that's starring Elijah Wood. Overall, this movie has a great cast, and I remember watching this movie as a kid and I was just so in love with it. Even when it comes to the characters, we have like the stereotypical characters that's in this film, but it actually works. I've noticed over the years that this movie is gaining a cult following, which I am living for. It is so well deserved. This movie is just so incredible. It just knows how to make you feel great on a bad day.
Okay.
No, but seriously though, I really do feel like this is just a great 90s horror. It's just a great horror movie in general. So the next one on this list is going to be Haruko the Goblin from 1991. From director Shinya Tsukamoto comes this comedy fantasy horror about a school that just so happens to be built on one of the gates of hell, and right behind it hoards demons waiting for the moment that they will be free to roam Earth. There's a lot of beheading in this movie, and I know that kind of sounds like, oh, that sounds like a typical horror to me, Zena. Okay, yeah. But keep in mind, it is a Japanese horror, so it doesn't stop there. But basically, these heads are taken, you know, by these demons, and then they're attached, pretty much assembled, a part of like a demon body, but the body kind of look like, it's like spider-like. So you have like this giant head on this spider type of body, and it's gross, but it's appealing. Like, I just can't look away. It's like I kind of want to take one home. I kind of want one to be a pet. I kind of want to name one Nino. I don't know. It's just, is that just me? It is a weird movie, but traditionally, overall, it is a supernatural movie. And when I first watched it, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but it is one of those movies that will definitely put you in a great mood. I'm going to be talking about Christy from 2014. A college student stays on the campus alone over Thanksgiving break and finds herself terrorized by a cult of ritual killers. This is actually one of my favorite movies. I love watching this movie around Thanksgiving. It is one of those rare Thanksgiving horror movies. I feel like we need more Thanksgiving horror movies. I feel like Christy is a very relatable movie because the attack was random. It wasn't because of her background, where she was from. Her mother used to work at the yogurt shop and they want revenge because they didn't give her parents extra sprinkles. And unfortunately, sometimes bad things do happen to good people or people who's just like, I don't know, minding their business just at the gas station. If you haven't seen this movie, I feel like this is such a great movie. Like seriously, I wouldn't include it on my list if I didn't think so. I watch movies to be entertained, and Christy is very entertaining. Okay, so we are down to the final one, and we are going to be talking about Jennifer from 1978. This movie follows a young woman who is shunned by her peers at an elite boarding school. After her classmates constantly make fun of her by calling her dirty hillbilly, leaving cracked eggs in her locker, and even pushing her in the pool, she decides to use her psychokinetic ability to control snakes to get revenge. So there's a lot of similarities between Jennifer and Carrie, but overall, I feel, this is how I feel. Why am I yelling? I feel that Jennifer is a movie of its own. Plus, you know, there's like snakes in this movie. She's controlling snakes, you know? That's pretty cool. I would hang out with her. So I decided to give you guys a bonus because who am I to deny true horror love? I'm here to spread that love. So we are going to be talking about the supernatural horror from 2018, Down a Dark Hall. A troubled teen is forced to attend an exclusive boarding school, but she soon finds herself trapped by dark forces around the headmistress. This movie is based on Lois Duncan's novel from 1974, and you know, I know it only had like a limited theater release and then it went straight to VOD, but it seemed like a lot of people kind of missed out on this one because it kind of got lost in the cracks. And I actually watched it a couple of times before and I really enjoyed it. And whenever I think about school now, I cannot help but think about this beautiful school. It's a very isolated boarding school. This is a slow burn horror movie that has great atmosphere, and like the cinematography is seriously amazing. It's eerie, it's dark. This movie has a very cool concept to it. And if you're someone who's not like a big fan of slow burn horror movies, I recommend giving it a shot. Just know that it's gonna take some time because you kind of get like a whole feel for like the characters, the school. They really want you to feel invested. And I just recommend, again, just having some patience. All right, guys, so that's my list of fun horror movies that take place in school. Hope that you guys enjoyed this list. And as always, I'm interested in knowing what are some of your favorite horror movies that take place in school. Feel free to comment below, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. It just knows how to make you feel great on a bad day.